Everything you learn from marketers is wrong. Well, not everything, but you definitely don't need a niche to be successful in functional medicine. And you shouldn't be just holding your breath or just waiting until the time is right where you can find the perfect niche for you, because ultimately you won't know until you get started. Hey, I'm Scott Rattigan, the founder of Functional Lawyer and the co-founder of Origins Incubator, a practice mentorship program. So I know a little bit about what we're getting into here because my wife is a functional medicine doctor as well. And she built a successful membership practice with a large wait list in just a couple of years without ever niching down. And here's how you can do it too. How could you know what you like to do before you ever get started? It's like going to college, and unless you grew up knowing that you wanted to major in like bioengineering or something along those lines, most people that end up going to college take general business classes or gen ed for the first couple of years, and then they have to pick something because time is short. But you can stay a generalist for a while, and you can practice with anybody that is willing to come see you as a functional medicine provider, as long as you're a good provider. And I know that most of you watching this are great providers because you've chosen this path and you really want to help people get to the root cause of their problems. So, as you're marketing, you just explain to several different types of people who you may be able to help, how you may be able to help them, and what that looks like as an outcome, not just what you can do for them. So I'll give you an example that's a little more concrete. Instead of saying I can lower your blood pressure or have some sort of scientific effect for you, you say we can help get you back to the vitality that you used to have 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or if we can get to the root cause and get your eczema under control, what would it be like to finally wear a sleeveless dress again? That is kind of more of an outcome instead of the result is eczema is under control. The outcome or the benefit to them is something that makes them feel good about themselves or has an effect that goes above and beyond the actual result they got. So as people make changes to their lifestyle, and it's a lot to ask some people to make changes for their lifestyle, you have to give them a picture of what the paradise or the ultimate end goal is beyond just taking supplements, finding out why they have IBS, etc. So for IBS specifically, you could be like, hey, you can finally go deep sea fishing without worrying about having to go to the bathroom, or go on longer road trips without having to scout out all the rest areas in advance. Something like that. Or a romantic walk on the beach, which typically don't have bathrooms at them as well. Those sorts of things. So to recap, you don't need a niche before you get started. How could you know what you like and don't like until you actually start practicing? But one extra secret tip here at the end is um, as you get going in your practice, you'll find what you like, but you may also draw from your own experience. So it doesn't have to be this way, but a lot of people find their niche by being able to describe their patient population because they've actually overcome that sort of thing themselves. So if you are somebody who's overcome IBS by doing self-study, going to find functional medicine, and then reversing your IBS or diabetes or whatever, then you can speak with personal story and conviction towards that particular group of people. And that works for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be your own personal story. That's just a little bit of a hack. If you don't want to do that day in and day out, kind of like college, maybe people start a major and they say, oh, I really want to go pre-med, but then they get there and the science is way too hard and they can't go party like they want to, so they switch out of it. That wasn't any of you guys, but certainly you have the chance to change your mind. It's not what we thought it was when we got into it. So you may have gone into it saying, I really want to do Bredesen protocol. I really want to work on mold and Lyme because that's such a big deal and nobody else is taking it very seriously. Even within functional medicine, it's a subset. And so I really want to dig into that. And then once you do, you go out and find that if you don't love it, you don't enjoy it, or it's draining, or it's boring, or it wasn't as exciting as it was at one time. So the whole point of this is you don't need to niche down ever. But if you do decide to niche down, you have to figure out what you do and don't like. And don't forget, crossing things off that you don't like is just as valuable as finding things that you do like to do. So you don't need a niche. Definitely don't need it from the beginning. But if you decide to niche down later to help hone in your marketing messages, then that can be helpful. And that's why marketers use it, because it makes their job a lot easier. But you certainly don't need it to be successful. So that's it. I'm Scott Rattigan. If you need anything as far as business concerns go, you can come talk to me at Origins Incubator, or if you need legal help, you can find us at Functional Lawyer. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.